Hello, SWTOR. Glad to have you back with us for day 3 of our Feast of Prosperity set of live streams. Today we're going to try to knock out a few things. We're going to finish a couple weeklies. You can see here we've got weeklies at stage 2. We're going to go ahead and grab some decorations. We are getting very close to capped out on our currency. So if we look here, we're at 8,800. So I think we'd hit our cap there. So we're going to start grabbing decorations so that we can collect all of those. And we're also going to take a look at some secret achievements. I went ahead and grabbed some guides. We'll take a look at, there are 3 secret achievements. One I think we can get done today. The other 2 take some time. So we'll look at them. We'll talk about them. Things like that. But before we get started, I don't know if it hit today. Hold on. Let me get a date and time. 5 hours ago. So today, SWTOR uploaded a video from Musco on the 7.6 content updates. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by taking a look at that, kind of talking about the bits and pieces that are in it. There's not a ton of information, but some interesting information. They do sort of some gameplay. It's also going up on the public test server. So I will schedule some streams once that goes live on the test server so that you can see what's going on there. So let's go ahead and I'm going to turn my camera off here. We'll jump over here. And I think I've got this set up right. I don't think I've ever played a video live on the stream before. So we'll take a look at this in sections and we'll kind of talk through each section as it
Hello everyone,
goes live.
I'm Musco, Game Director on Star Wars The Old Republic, and I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about our holiday update, 7.6 Galactic Threads.
They announced the name Galactic Threads in the last live stream, I believe. There was a little bit of blowback on the name. I don't know if they picked the name based off of some of the content that came out of the Acolyte. But there was a little bit of blowback there. So just, I don't think it's anything, and I don't think it's related. The content's not going to be related to the Acolyte. But sometimes those names, you can read too much into it. So we'll go with that.
As our next major game update to the game, it's going to come with many of the things you'd expect, like the continuation of our storyline, where you'll learn about what's going on with and along with a host of new.
All right, so 2 spoilers there, and I'm also not going to spoil it. There are major characters in the storyline that things happen to. I played that on stream, I think, at some point. We played through the latest story, 7.5. So, you know, if you've watched my streams, it's not a secret who those 2 characters are. Unless they're being a little cheeky there and trying to hide some little bit of information from us. I think it's the characters who had moments in the last chunk of story, but I'll try to not also spoil that.
New things we're excited to tell you about in our next live stream coming this November. Now, I'm obviously not just here to tell you about when our next live stream is. In fact, all of these things are going to be coming to PTS very soon.
2 things. One, I hope that I usually don't play music on the stream, so I hope that doesn't get a copyright claim. We'll see. 2, if you've been involved with MMOs in any amount, soon is like a trademark joke almost. But I can't imagine it'll be too long before it hits public test server. I do believe, and I think he said it here at the beginning, this is meant to be a holiday release. So it's coming out before the end of the year, which also means if you're going to have it out before the end of the year, we're mid-October here, right? We're in the first third of October. If they don't get it on the test center in the next couple weeks, it's not going to hit its windows. You figure the Feast of Prosperity runs through the end of October. That puts us into November. I would guess, and I'm just speculating here, but I'm thinking first part of December is when this will actually go live, which means November hopefully will be the test server section.
First up, 7.6 will introduce our newest layer boss, the Propagator Core XR53, which will be launching in story and veteran modes. For the uninitiated, a layer boss is a type of boss encounter built for 8 players, and these are not for the faint of heart. So bring your best geared and most skilled friends, because the XR53 is not going to go down easy. Players will find the XR53 on Ilum. Why Ilum, you might ask? Well, it was actually a self-replicating droid that was part of the Emperor's Fortress that crashed down during the Battle of Ilum. And let's just say that its core functions got a little disrupted since the crash. This will play directly into the mechanics of the boss fight itself, but I'll let you discover that for yourselves. Next up is something that we teased on our last live stream.
Okay, so layer bosses. I don't remember how many there are, but I do believe there's not a separate achievement for them, but I think they're linked into the locations. Where is MMMN? Okay, I don't see Osis in there, so where is it? It wouldn't be under events, dailies. Okay. So there are lair bosses up on Osis. Let's see if there is a story mission, heroic missions. Yeah, I'm getting pseudo close on that one. PvP. Okay, world bosses. R8X8 and the Swarm Lord, I do not think are lair bosses. Actually, the Swarm Lord might be. There is also one called Something Queen that is a lair boss. So this isn't something that there's a lot of, but they do exist. Won't be in PvP. So think like a world boss, but arguably scaled down a little bit. I think it's the Mountain Queen on Osis is the other one that is very, very difficult at its hardest level. So you notice he said story, and I don't know if he said story and veteran or story and whatever. The story ones are a little bit easier, but the harder modes of these are like guilds get together. At least they did when they first came out. So that's what a lair boss is. Think of it kind of like an operation, but just a single boss. And that'll get you through that. All right, let's see what else we've got.
Ending Keith's executive Q3 producer letter. In 7.6, we have an entirely new type of content called Dynamic Encounters.
Okay, so I've already watched this video. The next, what do we got? 2.5 minutes. Yeah, the next 2.5 minutes, I think, is all about these dynamic encounters. This is an interesting system, so let's watch through it a little bit here, and then we'll kind of talk about how it may or may not play out.
Dynamic encounters are all about breathing life into the planets they inhabit, bringing that feeling of, wait, what's happening over there? With time events ranging from dangerous scraps with Imperials to quirky roadside breakdowns.
All right, so if we look at this interface here, this is a whole different interface. So let's go ahead and compare that to, what did he pull up there? Tatooine. So I'm going to go grab Tatooine. Okay, so this is what Tatooine's interface currently looks like. So the travel is the same. This is the same. The parsec's going to be different. That's just because where I'm at. This is the same. But over here, this section has changed, right? So we've got our codex entry, which is the description. But if we look here at the new thing, there's this events. And here I see, and again, this is all work in progress, so nothing's final, but just speculation here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 events that are listed. These seem to be timed events, so I don't know if they're going to pop on and off at different times of day, what's going to trigger them. But we've got a lot going on here. Now, what's interesting is this one here is listed with a galactic prefix, right? We see this prefix in other content. So if you go back to the live game here, you can see that, here I have the weekly prefix. So this is how they do content. Heroics get hooked up with this as well. So seeing that kind of a prefix in place, I think is telling what kind of content that might be. And so I see that. Also later on, and we'll get to it here in a second, he actually does talk about the hidden chain invasion. It seems like it's an ongoing event on multiple planets. So the rest of these might be specific just to Tatooine. I do see a Republic and an Imperial side thing going on here. We've got a Mandalorian. Also, some of these have a number after them. That could just be a temporary thing. They just haven't finalized the naming or not. So Road Gig 3, Scavenger's Tale 3. I don't know if those are sequential potential things. Like you're going to go through and, you have to do Road Gig 1 before you get to Road Gig 2. I don't know. They don't really mention anything like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's see. Let's go back to the video. So that is definitely different, this whole events thing. Let's take a look at some more here.
Let me give you a hypothetical example on Tatooine, one of the planets launching with dynamic encounters in 7.6. You just finished up a mission and you're kicking back in Anchorhead Cantina when you see a dynamic encounter pop up nearby in your map.
I don't know anybody who walks that slow in the game, but for dramatic effect, I do appreciate the cinematic feel they're trying to give us as part of this.
You hop on your speeder and jump into the
All right, let's go ahead and go back here a little bit. As soon as we
Anchorhead
change
Cantina,
maps
you see a dynamic
here.
encounter pop up.
Okay, so if we look at this map, I'm not on Tatooine, but this is the Anchorhead map. I see something going on right here at the cantina, and then one out here, and one up here, and I think I can't remember the last time I drove out that far. I know you can come out here to this little Jawa sand crawler thing out here. So we have that. And then let's go forward just a little bit because I think we get
nearby
a bigger
in your
map
map
here.
You hop
Okay, so this one's a little harder to see.
on your speeder and
There we go, getting to a little darker area. So again, if we look around Tatooine, I see an encounter here, an encounter here, an encounter there. I also see a different color encounter. This one is red. So there's some significance to that, and that might be the hidden chain or the galactic thing. Obviously, we can't see out into the Dune Sea, but there's probably 3. If we go, actually, there were 3 around Anchorhead. I'm seeing, looks to be multiple ones in there. So let's just say there's 2 there. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not even seeing the Dune Sea. So it's not, at least in this test version, it doesn't look like it's just this one's going to spawn for an hour on a Tuesday afternoon and you don't have a chance to do it. But I do feel like this is going to be cycled content. I think you're going to go through this and it'll be, we call it like a Chinese menu of content, right? Like it is, you open up this big giant menu and all these options are available to you. So pick the ones that you want and mix and match at different times. You see that kind of game development thing in place.
jump into the action. Imperials are attacking. Some other Republic players join in with you, eventually killing enough Imperials to bring out the Imperial leader.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of a story going on here. A couple things that I take note there. If you go to the encounter, will the encounter scale based on the number of players? Because he did say other players join you. Now, that would make sense. If you've watched my streams, that happens to us, like when we're fighting the Kill Thrall world boss on, oh man, space the name of the planet, whatever. But when we're doing stuff like that, you know, other players can join in. Even the world boss fights we've did last night, we had other players join in. So do these have an arc? Like, it does seem like you have to kill out a spawn to get this main guy to spawn. Now, my question here would be, do they change the difficulty based on the number of players in the area? So if you show up here and nobody's around and you go to solo it, is it the same boss fight, or does it scale based off of what's around? If it's like current world bosses, they don't scale, right? They're always going to attack you at full strength. It doesn't matter if you're a group of 1 or a group of 8. So it's a couple of questions there.
You defeat them, you complete your first dynamic encounter. That was
Okay, so standard kind of mission completion thing here. No rewards listed here. It'll be interesting to see, is this a way to level? Now, we notice that it is a level 80 character, so they wouldn't get experience anyway. So don't know what the rewards are going to be. I don't think they mention any kind of reputation or currency or tokens or new thing. So that'll be stuff that we'll look out for.
was cool. You pull up your map to see what else might be nearby. There is a cantina band that has had their gear plundered by womp rats.
All right, so this is one of the ones that was outside of Anchorhead.
Blasted! We're gonna be late to our gig!
Better take a look.
Killer!
All right, so that one looked to be a relatively small, very soloable. Didn't see any difference in the icons, right? Are they going to change the icons to meant for group, meant for solo, or... okay, so this one says Road Gig 1. So the map showed Road Gig 3. This one shows Road Gig 1. Now, these might not be the final names, but it does feel like some of these might have a little mini story arc, right? Like, so here... we helped the band get their gear back, right? Is Road Gig 2 to help them fix their speeder, and Road Gig 3 to help them set up in a cantina? Who knows? So far, I'm liking what I see. This is definitely interesting. Make sure I don't get logged off. There we go.
Back!
You pull up your map to see what else might be nearby, and you see that there are quite a few.
Okay, so let's pull that back up.
You pull up your...
So again, we're seeing this red and yellow little battle icon-y thing as opposed to our green one. And this is where I do think he talks about the hidden chain thing. So this appears to be a subsystem of this new system to create a like galaxy-wide story arc or some type of thing.
Your map to see what else might be nearby, and you see that there are quite a few around.
All right, so on Hoth, we've got Icy Intervention, A Bridge Too Close, Lost Inventory, Trial by Fire, Rodent Problem. Is that Vitash Kolik? Unnecessary Repairs, Tonfon Fun, Lakeside Retreat, Snowgrift, Spent Fuel, Relic Race, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Also on this interface, I notice this has a scroll bar. Tatooine didn't have a scroll bar. So if there's 12 here, I'm going to say at least 4 more. So let's go to 16 plus the ones on Hoth. So you're looking at 28. Let's round up to 30. 30 little chunks of content that you could do at different times. And it won't be, it doesn't feel like they're always going to be sitting there, that they're always going to be just go do it whenever you want. It feels like randomly or whatever reason, there's going to be reasons that these things pop up. So, okay, let's see what they have to do on Hoth.
One jumps out, a hidden chain invasion is happening.
Okay, so again, this looks to be our red icon. Notice that we've got the galactic little prefix to it. Hidden chain forces are looting Republic munitions. Stop them and drive them off the planet. So hidden chain. Let's go back into our map in game here. If I remember right, hidden chain were introduced with Runic. Let's see if there's anything in here. Creatures. So that was part of the Hedda Cole story arc. So the hidden chain, if I remember right, are linked to Hedda Cole. So speculation, so pure speculation mode here. If we've got these hidden chain galactic encounters starting to happen in 7.6, will that mean that the 7.6 story arc will somehow give us a reason as to why the hidden chain is now attacking across the territory, right? Because that is related to some of the story arcs that we've already completed in the past. Again, I'm trying to stay as spoiler free as I can, but so the hidden chain is a group that we have experienced before, and again, I'm pretty sure they were introduced on Runic. I think that's their origin. All right, so I noticed, let's go ahead and back up here a little bit.
Is happening.
We seem to show up. I don't know if this was a clickable thing that already had happened or not. They don't have the name bars on, so it's hard to tell what's an enemy and what's a friend. I'm thinking companion, player, but notice that we have friends that look like NPCs that are showing up here, right? I don't think these are other players. It doesn't look like other players, although it could be, I guess. Not sure what's going on with all these people, so let's see what's going to happen here. Okay, so they were enemies. Those two look like they're fighting each other. They look to attack us. Let's back up here a little bit. Now the scene kind of changes, so it's a little hard to tell. There's definitely a leap into combat there. Okay, so we got combat going on here. We got healing going on. So it looks to be there's friendly NPCs already in the area fighting, and you join in on the battle. We've got stuff going on up here. They're just in kind of run mode. So these might be, I'm going to air quote, epic battles with lots of things going on, but NPCs are fighting. Now, what's interesting in NPC fights, at least historically, is the NPCs will not kill each other. Oftentimes what they will do is they'll fight each other down to like 80% health, and then they'll just play the animations, but they won't actually finish the fight. And so you have to be the one that finishes the fight. Not sure if this will be the same way, or if you can just watch the NPCs kill each other or something like that. Yeah, look at that one just punching the guy in the back of the head.
With
All right, we got another
encounters
champion.
on Hoth and Tatooine, and hidden chain invasions spread across the galaxy, you never know what you'll discover. We're really excited for you.
Okay, so it's looking like two different systems in here. The dynamic encounters, that's their new system. Don't know also if this will be linked into the venture system, right? So if we go back into game here. We had the prototype, the ventures prototype put in. Will they add a new section here that is dynamic encounters? And will there be things that you do that progress you in the dynamic encounters? I could see that as a possibility, because it doesn't feel like they would add this whole venture section and things just to do one thing. So dynamic encounters, I could see becoming a venture, right? It's a thing you go off and do. It has short-term tasks that you can get done. That's the way the Bessie thing was. You can go through and do short-term type of activities, but there's a long-term goal, right? Like this bar might fill up for every 10 encounters that you do, or every 10 encounters you do on Tatooine. Or maybe they have, if they use an interface similar to this, do so many things on Tatooine and so many things on Hoth, or different things like that. So that feels like one system. Related to that and similar, they've got this hidden chain invasion going on. And he did say that Hoth and Tatooine are getting the dynamic encounters, which also makes me think that this will be something that, as a steady new amount of content, like one of the things people are complaining about a lot in the Old Republic right now is the slowness of new content coming in. We've been getting this trickle of story. which is the 7 Legacy of the Sith story. It's been going on for a while. That's been a long story arc, and not long in that there's been tons and tons of content. Long in every 3 or 4 months we get a little dribble of content that might be 2 to 5 hours of content. This system feels like a way to continually add new things to do, because you notice the names on Hoth and the names on Tatooine were different. They were completely different encounters. Dynamic makes me think they can happen anywhere. So like that Band Gig 1, well, we saw in Anchorhead, that might be able to spawn in different places on the map. That adds a little bit of variety as well. But then, every content patch that comes out, they add a dynamic encounter to a new area, right? So we got Hoth and Tatooine now. Maybe next we get Alderaan and Nar Shaddaa. And then after that, we get something like Corellia or something. Also, it's a good way to leverage the content in the worlds you already have, but get people to go back to those areas, right? So if I'm a level 80 character outside of running dailies, there's little reason for me to go to Hoth or Tatooine. You go there to maybe kill world bosses if you are running dailies, but those you just go from daily to daily to daily. So you've got these vast stretches of the environments that have been built for these areas that you play through when you first play through your story that are just sitting there idle most of the time. So now you've got these dynamic things coming in. So this could be a way to start giving us more things to do across a lot of planets. And that's kind of exciting. All right, let's see how they wrap up here.
You to jump on and check all of this out on our public test server. And so as an added bonus for...
Okay, so they're going to talk about a reward that you get. So one of the things they've done in the past is give you rewards for testing. So public test server, it is a testing server, so it's separate from the live servers, and they put a completely different build up there. You can go and play there if you are a subscriber. I know people complain about this. It is a subscriber perk. I'm on the fence on this one. Should it be only subscribers or not? As a subscriber, I kind of like that there's something a little bit exclusive that I get to do. But I can stream those. There's no, from at least in the past public test servers, it's public, right? This isn't an internal server. So for those of you that maybe are not subscribed or don't play the game, we will be, as soon as the public test server goes live, we'll start doing some streaming up there, and we'll test some of this content out. Okay, so let's see what he has to say about this perk here.
For 7.6, we're bringing back our PTS testing incentives. As an added bonus, we're also introducing a brand new reward as our top tier PTS incentive, the B1 SAL mini pet.
Okay, so some of these incentives have been okay. They are do certain content and things like that. Some have been in the past very, very difficult to do if you're not very organized. Like I think there was one for running PvP matches or operations or something like that. Public test server is normally very quiet. Most of the times I've ever played on public test server, I might run into one other person. So unless you organize groups, but if there is a perk for organized groups, you'll see groups organized. Also, he said top tier. Not trying to read too much into what he's saying here, but let's listen to that again.
Introducing a brand new reward as our top tier PTS incentive, the B1 SAL mini pet.
Okay, so a brand new reward as our top tier incentive. I can read into this two ways. Way number one is they're just adding this as a new reward, and they'll bring back all the old ones that have existed in the past. I've gotten some of those. Some of them are titles, some of them are mounts and different things like that. Read number two, they're going to bring in a whole new set of rewards, and this is just the cool one that they want to entice us with, and there'll be other things. We'll see which way it goes. Listen to his name, the droid's name.
Introducing a brand new reward as our top tier PTS incentive, the B1 SAL mini pet.
So if my memory serves correctly, Andor droid number. Let's see if I can. So let me pull this over. Hold on.
Check out SWTOR.com for full details.
Be quiet, little pet. Okay, Andor droid. This feels inspired by Andor, which some people are complaining about as well. That there's been a whole lot of the inspiration thing is bothering some people. So okay, so here's the droid from Andor, B2 EMO, and then here is the droid from what we just got. Let's back up and get his name again.
And new reward as our top tier PTS incentive, the B1 SAL mini pack.
So B1 SAL. I don't know if Bissell makes any sense. But B2 EMO, you can see kind of the top section here. And the top section of this droid, definitely some inspiration taking place there. This one's on wheels. This one floats. It looks like his little head goes in and out, much like this one did. The Andor version was very much like a sad puppy in the show. So we'll see if this one is happy or sad based off of the context that they put him in. So
new reward as our top tier PTS incentive, the B1 SAL mini pet.
Also mini pet, so not a companion. So these are like the Tauntauns or the Racklings or the spaceships or things like that you get.
Check out SWTOR.com for full details exactly on what to do, how to earn them, along with what will be available for testing and when.
I don't think any of that's available yet.
Now in this video, I've only talked about two features, the Propagator Core XR53 Layer Boss and Dynamic Encounters. But there is a lot more coming in 7.6 that we'll share at the Galactic Threads live stream in November. Thank you for tuning in. We're looking forward to seeing you on PTS, and may the Force be with you.
Okay, so I'm going to guess they said live stream in November. My gut says that when they live stream this next chunk of content, they will, at the end of the live stream, make an announcement along the lines of, and public test server will be open. Let's say they stream on a Wednesday or a Thursday, right? Public test server will open this Friday, type of thing. They tend to like to do that if everything's in line. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you'll run into a situation where they will not have test center ready. But my gut is they'll do this stream sometime in November, and that week the public test server will open. It'll stay open through November-ish and then probably shut down in December, early December into November. And then at that point we'll start waiting for the actual release. So, all right. So I found that interesting. Hopefully you got some insight into what they are working on based off of that information. Okay, back to our task at hand. We are working on the Feast of Prosperity. We have done 2 of 3 of some of these. We only got 1 world boss in so far because that was a surprise. I think what we'll do tonight is we'll try to knock out these weeklies. We will also, and those are going to give us some, like that one will give us 2,500, and we'll get that a couple of times. So we've got to use up some of our tokens. That one's only 750. But when we finish this one, we're going to get over 3,000, and that'll put us over. So let's head up to Nar Shaddaa and go ahead and get started on this. So we have a secret achievement to knock out. We'll talk about the other secret achievements, and we will finish up our weeklies, and then we'll go out and we'll see what the world boss is for today and see if we can tag on to some groups and get some more world boss stuff done. We were very fortunate last time. to have those happen for us. Well, Nar Shaddaa must be busy. This is a good sign. If Nar Shaddaa is busy, it means lots of people are actually participating right now. So, okay, so that's a mini pet, right? That's what a mini pet looks like. So, I've got a lot of little droids and things like that. So, okay, just so we can do any content that we want, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and spend some tokens here. So we'll come over here to our prosperity token vendor. And I'm just going to start with, I'm going to get one of each decoration. So we're just going to start buying decorations. 1, 2, until we run out of tokens. Can I refund these? Doesn't look like it. Okay, where did I leave off? Glows arrangement, glows shroom stew. All right, so we can see we're below 1800, so I think this one is gonna end our token redeeming. Okay, so we've got 1 green, green, blue, green, green, blue. Let's make sure we didn't double up on anything. Although I don't think I can sell them back anyway. So, we previewed the tokens in the first or second stream of the prosperity event, so I'm going to go ahead and open them. Now you'll notice I don't own any. So the first time you open up a decoration, you actually do get 100 prestige. After that, you only get 2. So we're just going to burn through those. All right, let's go see what the world boss is for today. Prep work, sour bellfruit. Ingredient requisition, including interpret volunteers. Belsavis. Belsavis, that's going to be the one in the north again. So I guess we're going back there. So then we'll grab here. We'll grab the world boss. We'll accept that. Let's go ahead and grab... We'll grab the easy versions of these missions. Oh, that's different. That's not. Yeah, I think that's different. So that'll actually work out nicely for us. Okay, we want that one. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the secret achievements, and then we'll go world boss hunting. So I pulled up a guide. This is Today in Tor, their guide. So these are the secret achievements. We've got a food fight achievement. We're going to do this one tonight. We have I don't have to put up with this, which means you exit based off of these missions. It looks like you just immediately go in and leave. Now, I don't know if that means you can go back in later or if it's going to track it. Notice it says O of 1. So we'll see if this pops up, but I don't remember seeing it. Secret achievements generally are not listed. They pop up later, so I'm not 100% sure where these are going to pop up. Wouldn't be in dailies, maybe in general. Yep, they're going to be in general. So you'll notice here we've got 50 points and we've got 95 total. So there's 45 points missing, so they're hidden in here. So that's where they're going to show up. So let's go ahead and go back. Maybe when you do the first one, sometimes it will pop. We'll find that out today. Then the last one, what did you put in this? You have to do the cooking missions 25 times. That's just going to happen over time. I'm not too worried about that. But we will start using the pepper spice because we have to do that 75 times. And again, we'll see if these pop up once we do a component of it and we can start tracking it. Another trick is if somebody shares the mission in game. I'll see if there's any going on right now. That's not a good example. If they share the achievement in game in here, you can click on it and it will show you your progress on it. So, okay. Looks like we've got some people asking about world bosses. These X to do the world boss. I want to team up for the feast. So that's taking place right now. So let's go ahead and head to Belsavis. Yep, Belsavis. Okay. So we're going to use our heroic mission travel to get there. So yesterday, I think after the stream, I can't remember. I started digging through my Steam library and pulling out different games that I may stream in the coming days. Also dug into my Discord and grabbed a code somebody has sent me for an early access game they're working on. We might stream that. Okay, I'm making an assumption here. Yeah, we're just going to go for it. The world boss is up there, and I don't think there's a second world boss on Belsavis. So we're just going to hope that the two things that we need are actually up in this area, which they should be. Yep, so there is our retrieve sour bell fruit, and there's our world boss. So let's go ahead and get Bessie. Let's head north. I feel like we don't have to kill for this one. Yep. So there's our sour bell fruits. I mean, we might still have to fight, but we'll try to avoid combat if we can. Alright, so these are pretty easy to grab. And if this is all you wanted to do, knock that mission out. Alright, I'm going to take off my silly cooking outfit. Let's see, what were we wearing on Palan? No, that one's ugly. That's okay. Nah. I think it was wasn't it the big orange one? I think it was. I just don't remember what it's called. Destroyer, maybe? That's my classic look. That's what I used to run him as. Oh, no, it was that one. That's what we had. Okay. Let's go see what's going on with the world boss. Please be people. There is a fight going on. He's almost dead. I mean, that's a big world boss. Woo! Almost waited too long to get that one. That was good timing. Alright, so we got a world boss in, and we got our collection done. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do first here, while it's still early, air quote early, we're just going to cycle through the 4 characters that we have that can do world boss fights and hope that groups keep forming up like that. If they don't, then we'll go over to the dailies. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just jump around here a little bit. Because we're going to have to go grab the missions on each character. So it's going to take us a little bit. So I'm not going to spend any time turning anything in. We'll do all that in a second. We'll do our first original 2 characters. And then we'll do our second 2 characters. That gives us up to 4 potential world boss fights. So far, so good. That was a pretty good start to Feast of Prosperity for tonight. And then after we do world bosses, we'll pop the food fight secret achievement. I'm interested to see if that actually has an animation to it. And then we'll see if the I don't have to put up with this at least shows up so we can get a tracker on it. If not, I will track it separately so that I know which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. I keep anybody who knows me, this will be no giant surprise. I keep a spreadsheet full of information on what I'm working on, what I'm not working on. All right. Bel Sabbath, here we come. That was pretty quick. You'll find dailies and weeklies, whether it's for these kind of event or heroics. Once you get through any of the story chunks that link everything together, they go a lot quicker. On a single character, you could probably get through all of your daily missions here in, I'm going to say, 15 minutes to a half an hour, probably. All right, so it's a little farther for the Imperial side. The Republic side spawns all the way up in here. Imperial's a little farther, but... Ugh, half my health. But I'm in a speeder. Alright, so looks like the belfries are in the same general area, so it's the same, it's not different. Based off of Republic or Imperial. No real change there. Cut through the spawns here. Hopefully not pull too much aggro. Really, the only thing I hope for is the damage I'm not worried about. I just don't want to get knocked off my speeder. Because that slows the whole process down. As long as we stay on our speeder, we're good to go. I think they took this out. There were a couple speeders, like tank-like speeders, that had a bonus to getting knocked off your speeder. I don't know if it was full immunity, like it couldn't happen. But I don't know if that's still a feature in the game or not. It's kind of nice. Original game, without the level syncing, you never really worried about it, because if you went to a planet like here, the enemies would be level 45. They'd barely even aggro you, let alone knock you off your speeder. Alright, collected all that. Let's go see if the world boss, if there's still people hanging out and getting ready to do it again. There's a few. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The world boss is back up, so the respawn rates are relatively good. Alright, so we'll hang here for a second, see if anything happens. If not, what we might do is log out here, just leave Palon here and waiting, and go grab the missions on another one and get them staged up here. Go grab the missions on another one and get them staged up here, so that we can switch. But we got 1, 2. That was Agent, so that's Imperial. We're Imperial. That's Imperial. What do we got over here? Imperial. Quit moving. Alright, well, I'm not going to look at you then. Republic. Although, like I said, I don't think it matters. I think everybody can fight it. Republic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Me makes 7. Alright, we've got enough people starting to show up that I don't know. The last time it looked like there was a pretty big group there. We'll see what we get this time. We'll just waste gas, let our speeder sit here and idle. I guess what I should have done is just come out here to the world boss, waited for the world boss, and we could have watched the Musco video while we were doing this. That might have been a little bit better use of time. I'll put that in my notes for future streams. We can multitask a little bit. What do we got for guilds? Mandalorian Camps, Sovereign, Masters of the Universe. That's pretty good. The Remnants. Oh, no guild. Ungilded. Sandline Battalion. I am Deconstruction Gaming Empire and Deconstruction Gaming Republic. Those are my highly, highly well-crafted names that I came up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 people here. Problem being is if we don't have a group, we can't heal each other. People can't heal the group members. So okay, let's go ahead while we're sitting here. We'll clean this up a little bit. We're not going to do the heroics on Belsavis, so we'll take them out. So this character as well, we should be able to knock this weekly out, this weekly out. So again, that's another 3,000. So we'll be able to do a second round of decoration collecting today, because we're going to be at probably 7,000-ish in currency. 7 to 8 again. What do we sell up? Yeah, we have 200 left, so... Alright, let's see. I don't see anybody talking about it. Oh, this is it's a good little hint here. I'll give credit to who did it. Akeo. Folks are gathering for the World Boss special request. Use heroic transport token for freeing the fallen to get here. So what that means is, like, the way we got to the planet, right? It put us on planet. I don't remember exactly where. I think here is the starting spot. Actually, no. It'll be on the bigger map. Here's the starting spot. Then you can pick up the heroic missions. And remember, each heroic mission allows you to it'll travel you to the mission itself. I think... trying to remember. I think in here... I know there's a heroic in here and here, but I think those are Republic. But basically, it's like instead of traveling to this spot, it's probably up in here somewhere where you actually get the heroic, and then that'll help you get closer. Use the heroic. Let's see, folks are gathering for the World Boss special request, but more are needed. So people are advertising, trying to entice people. But I don't know. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're up to 9. If everybody joins in. Give it another second here. I'm worried. I don't want to swap characters because I don't want to have it start and get killed while we're gone. So, let's see. Any other news coming out of the Old Republic? That was the big one. The 7.6 information. I wasn't expecting that today. The only post about it up on the forums, the dev tracker, is just a link to the video. So... last I looked, there wasn't any additional information. Let's take a look at that while we're waiting here. Alright, community forums. I mean, I'm sure there's player discussion going on. But I normally don't worry too much about player speculation. I kind of wait to see what the developer tracker is. Yeah, it looks like just the game update 7.6 content is coming to PTS soon. Here's a little sneak peek into content that's coming to the PTS. We'll be posting more details next week, so stay tuned. So next week we should get some information on hopefully timelines, right? Like next week I would expect maybe a write-up kind of describing some of the things they showed in the video, and then hopefully a timeline of here, November, oh, I don't know, let's pick a random date. What's going on in November? You figure they're not going to put it the last week in November. One, it would be too late, and two, that's a holiday. So let's say like November 5th or November 12th. Looks like we're starting the fight. Okay. That they're going to go ahead and do the live stream, and then later on in that week they would actually open up the public test server. All right, how's this going? Oh yeah, we're killing him pretty quick, so we should be able to jump in. Tank's about dead though. I think whoever was tanking died because you notice. So if you look down here, that's who he's targeting, and we don't have heals, right? We're burning through. We're burning through friends here because nobody's healing. So I'm gonna guess we're gonna get it here in a second. So we'll try to keep our health all the way up until now. If you are in this situation, oh, I think he reset. Not sure if we backed away too far. All right, let's let everybody kind of recover here. Yeah, I think we might have pulled him too far. So a world boss, if you get them too far away out of their zone, they will get upset about it, and they'll reset. So the other thing that so if you are taking damage like that, it's take the death. It's okay if you die, just stay dead, and as long as there's enough people left to do the fight, if you're dead and you were part of the fight, you'll still get credit for it. Are they afraid now to try it again? We would have had it. If it wasn't a reset, we would have had that. Alright, let's give it a chance. Come on. What do we have here? Oh, there's another person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 10 of us here. This is a doable fight with 10. Although I don't know if there's anybody who's actually a healer. It didn't appear that anybody was healing the people taken. I don't think we need more. I think as long as we stay in and fight it without pulling him too far out, we could actually... There's enough people here that we can take this guy. But also, if you were the one that died, I can see where you might not be as interested in that. Alright, while we're waiting, let's get Bellatricus out of his clothes. What do we want to go with for him? Let's go ahead and back up a little bit, though, so that if somebody does aggro, we don't just get hammered. Alright, let's see. What do we need? That's alright. I do like the biomesh. So that's the stock version. That's what it looks like. And then dyed red and black. I like that look. I think that's a good one. There's our cooking outfit. Dreadguard's not bad. I do like that helmet. That's the Dreadseed, so you get that from the Seeker droids. I love the Dreadseed helmet. Dominatus actually wears that helmet along with a different set of gear. What do we have? Legionnaire. I think that's what I was running around in. The Malgus armor's pretty cool. I've always liked that Ravager set. That's not too bad. Digging that. That could be cool in red as well. Resurrected. I do like that. It's got a lot going on in the knee area. So maybe this is the armor you wear if you had a meniscus tear or something. The original Taiwanese. Tank set of Taiwanese. Yeah, that's alright. It's not doing much for me. I mean, it did enough that I put it in as an outfit, but I can pretend I'm a Zakul Knight. Tuck my braids in and Oh, I think we started the fight. And we got Zilrog. Alright, let's go to Biofiber. There we go. Alright, let's see how's this fight going. Where's this? Which way is he facing? When they get this big, okay, I think he's facing that way, so let's go around. Yeah, around behind him. Right. Don't run away. Stay here. Even if you're getting hurt, it's okay. I could just taunt him. Take the aggro. I'm gonna do that. That way nobody runs away with him. There we go. Like I said, I was pretty sure we'd be able to complete that. All right, 2 down. Let's see if we can get 2 more in. So on stream last night, we got Dacranium and Dominatus into the fold. Off stream, as I was cycling my characters and setting up some of their companion missions and stuff, I went up to Fleet, grabbed the mission, and then did the intro conversation. So like not the whole intro mission, like just the go there so I could get the quest. So I think the majority of my characters now can do the quest if I need them. So like if we needed to, we could log in and probably finish the 20 today. Because I think I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... I've got 12, at least 12 more people who could get the quest. But these seem to be, like, this is 2 nights in a row where it's been available. So I'm pretty sure that if we just do this but mostly every day, we have a month to get this done. We're not going to have trouble hitting the 20. We're going to be at 8 today if everything goes well. So we're almost halfway done. At least for the achievement. We'll see what they give us for token rewards, because if it's worth it, I'll keep doing them. If not, I might, once I get to 20, I might start skipping the world boss ones and just doing the quicker cookie ones. All right, so same thing, rinse and repeat here. We're going to go ahead and grab the mission. So you'll notice that once this loads up, hopefully, I think I've still got the conversation with him. Oh no, this is one of the characters I did complete it on. We completed the story on these 2. Okay, this is the rest of my guys. All right, we'll grab that. Grab this. Off to Belsavis we go. Now, I will acknowledge the type of play that we're doing for this event is not for everybody. This is a whole lot of, you do the same thing over and over and over again. Personally, I'm an achievement junkie. I love getting achievements, so it doesn't bother me to do things over and over and over again to get those achievements. But again, that play style is not for everybody. If you're not rushing through the achievements, this is a nice little distraction that maybe you do it on a single character. Okay, let's see if I remember. What did that guy say? Freeing the Fallen. Let's test this out. So where does that put us? Where is Freeing the Fallen? It's not showing up. We can quick travel to there. So worst case, we'll do that. But let's try this out. I did get Dominatus, right? Yeah. Let's see if that's closer. It's about the same. It's a little closer. It's at the door. But we do have to kind of travel back this way, so don't know that that's any closer. It is, I believe, cheaper. So I think it's over here. So that would be cheaper to travel that way, because Then you don't have to pay the travel cost. But all right, let's go ahead and dump that. And dump our heroic Bill Savis. Alright, let's rock and roll. So I think I'm just going to, if I have the quick travel. Now, if I have a character that doesn't have the quick travel, then yeah, that would be a way better way to get it. That's what I hate. And I don't have my companion. So now I get to fight by myself. Let's see if I get killed. Pulled a lot of aggro. I think I got 2 groups attacking me. That did not go well. All right. Where are you at, Bessie? Alright, I'm not even gonna loot. I'm leaving that loot there in protest. Alright, this time we'll swing by the world boss first, and then if there's no fight going on at the world boss, we'll go ahead and go grab the fruit, the sour bell fruit, and then we'll come back to the world boss. That seems like a more productive use of our time. Is he back up? Or did they just kill him? Wow, I think another group just killed it already. Holy cow. That knocked off my speeder might have been just enough of a waste of time that we didn't get there in order to get him. I blame that NPC for our pain and suffering. Alright, well, we'll collect our fruits. Which are pretty plentiful. Something's attacking me. Alright. Got our fruits. Head back down here. And since a group just leveled him, we might not get another group right away. Although it's been a pretty steady group of like people just kind of swinging by, so. Alright, well, like I said, he literally just died, so let's do this. We're going to go ahead and we'll just leave Dominatus here. And let's go grab Dacrinium. And we'll get him queued up as well. And then what we can do is, if there's no world boss spawning, we can jump back onto Bellatricus or Polon, do a mission or do something up on the dailies, and then just keep switching back and forth. Outside of the load times, which were a little bit annoying, it's a good way to make good use of your time. So we'll get these two guys staged up. But again, even if we only get 2 world boss kills in, We're already up to... That'll be 6 of 20, so... somewhere between a third and a fourth of the way done. I like that armor. Blonde's got a set of that. Alright. Bell Savis, here we come. I don't really have a preference on which one gets it. Now the Republic travel point up there is really close, so I'm not even going to bother trying to find... I don't think there is a... Well, let's test it here. I don't want to grab that much stuff and have to delete it. Oops, actually I'm going to have to, because Decoranium's never been up there, so it will be quicker to do this. So let's see, which one of these... It's been a while since I've done these. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. Let's grab them all. Okay, so we've got open communications or the stasis generator are both pretty close. So, heroic jungle fight, the tyrant, stasis generator. So this will get us up to the area. And then now we can go and grab... Well, we're going to run out of here. Oops, forgot to get my companion back. I'm covered in goo or something. Ah, we almost made it out. That's alright. I think that'll get us to the exit. Yep, we're fine. 12 seconds to run away. Oops. I've said before, I wish they would hotkey these, make it easier to switch. Okay. Oh, got slowed. Run away, run away. You can't catch me. Oh, they got close enough to shoot us, though. Alright, so we do want to come down here, make sure we get the quick travel point. I think that did it. Yep. Alright, let's collect ourselves some fruit. And then we'll go see if the world boss's fight's taking place. I did get the world boss, right? I don't see the icon. Did I not click accept? Alright, let's clean up our mission log here a little bit. Alright, Bell Savis. Let's... Weekly missions, Bell Savis. Yep, we'll get rid of that. Yeah, there's the world. No, that's the weekly. There it is. Okay, yeah, I have it. I don't know why it's not showing up. Alright, well, first let's clean up this stuff. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright, it's there. Okay, now it's showing up. Just didn't load, I guess. Alright, so we've got people advertising on the Republic side as well. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in the area. Somebody is going up to Fleet to recruit. That's a dedicated player. I give credit to players who are willing. Like, I tend not to even go that far. They're like, I will travel to a whole nother place, advertise in the chat, try to get people to come here to help out the group. I gotta say, that's a kind thing to do, right? Alright, we'll hang here for a little bit, see if a group forms up. If not, the fact that we're going to knock out 2 more makes me pretty happy. I think I said it last time, I had almost written off this one as like, I'm just not going to bother with it, because getting groups together to fight the world boss, I didn't know the pickup groups would be this good. Now, I do want to try to get this done relatively early. So we'll probably still try to keep doing 4, because the longer the event goes, the less people play it, right? And so in the last 2 weeks, I don't know that you'll be getting these groups as much. Then what you can do is you start to go to the times that people play more. So for instance, instead of doing this on a Thursday night, you would do it on a Saturday afternoon, right? You know, look for the times where, you know, more casual players are going to do it, and then you got a larger population, and so you can still knock it out that way as well. So that's another just general strategy to get it done. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3. There's still only 4 of us here. But if you are doing group content dailies with pickup groups, this is part of the struggle. You know, it's not overly annoying. Now, if I wasn't streaming, what I would normally do in a situation like this is like, cool, yeah, take as long as you want. I don't really care. I would just open up YouTube or Hulu or Netflix on another monitor and watch something while I'm waiting, right? It's not that big a deal to wait if I'm doing something else. Obviously on stream, I'm not going to do that because I don't necessarily want to get copyright claimed, which I still might on this stream. They had enough background music in the... I won't get claimed by SWTOR. I don't think they care that, you know, you do stuff like that. But if any of that music overlaps with other Star Wars music, there's a couple of things that'll copyright claim. I've been copyright claimed from game music, SWTOR, I think on 6, 7, 8 different videos, and in each of those it was like 4 to 8 separate claims, and you just have to dispute it, and you say, here's where the music came from, it was in the game, the game has given streamers permission to stream the game, they own the copyright, and then they get removed. And so it's not that you can't do it, it's just a pain. It's a pain to have to fill out the forms and go through all the dispute process and stuff like that. Now, a claim's different than a strike. Claims are just, if you monetize, which I'm not monetized anyway, the money would go to the claim holders, not you. Strikes are more serious. That's more of a... I think if you get 3 within 90 days, they shut your account down. something like that. I've never had a strike. I don't know what you have to do to do that. I try to be as copyright conscious as I can, right? You know, outside of what would be considered true fair use, I don't put stuff up here that's not, that I don't basically have permission to do. Alright, let's see. We've got a couple of people asking where the world boss is at. That's a good sign. I don't see the person standing here that was going to go try to get people. So if that works and a whole bunch of people show up here, we might get another kill here. If not, we'll give it a few more minutes and see what happens. We could spin. Is that entertaining? What about clockwise? Does clockwise make it better? Is that a better spin? Could spin and jump. Tyler, how you doing? Yeah, this is number 3 in a row, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Getting all kinds of streaming in. Actually, they've been relatively well received. I think I'm getting as many, if not more, views on these than I get on my Saturday Extra live streams. So I'm going to try, if I can, to do basically every night, at least for this first week. And then next week, what I'd like to do, I'm still in the planning stages, but I'm going to start picking each night to make it a different thing. So, like, I do want to do one night, maybe not every week, but one night that is streaming games in development, right? So I've got a stream key I just redeemed last night of an early access game that somebody sent me that I know. Maybe even do some of the itch.io Game Jam games or something like that. So I'd like to do that. I'm debating, and I did this a little bit before, so it's not the first time. I'm actually debating on grabbing the whatever free games are available on Epic every Thursday, and maybe making Thursday night stream like here's what's free on Epic this week, and just install it and try it out, right? So I'm debating on doing that. I've got a few games that I just want to play on stream. So The Last Starship, that's in early access. I want to play that. There's a part of me, it's an older game, but there's a game called YouTuber's Life where it's a, you know, kind of one of those simulator games that you try to be a YouTuber. So I want to see if I can get my virtual YouTuber to get more successful than me as a real YouTuber. I debated on doing that. I thought about firing PC Builder Simulator up again. That could be fun. I've got one that's kind of you can build and paint models, like plastic tanks and things like that. That one was kind of fun. So I'm just debating on getting a list of a bunch of different things. Game Dev Tycoon, I've got Game Dev Tycoon. I could do that one as well. So yeah, I'm putting together like a list of games that I might play, and then decide based off of obviously response, but also just how long I want to play each one. Like with the Last Starship, I've actually got like 3 different playthroughs that I think I'd like to do, because it's kind of it's a 2D retro-y style thing, but you're building starships, but you have to manage the power systems, the propulsion systems, the weapon systems. You do crafting in it, and so you're setting up a lot of automation and things like that. And there's a part of me that wants to play through one where I build one just juggernaut battle cruiser ship that does everything. Then I want to do one where you play through and you actually build separate ships that have, like, here's my combat ship, here's my harvesting mining ship, here's my, you know, industry ship and stuff like that. A little like FTL, yeah. They've gone away from the roguelike quite a bit now. Have you ever played, I think is it Prison Tycoon? I think it's Prison Tycoon. That doesn't sound right. Maybe it is. Can't remember. It's the same group, that same people that did that. And then obviously, me being me, I do kind of want to do a playthrough where I build different Star Wars ships and fly those around. But so I've debated on doing that. And then I've actually thought about if I do that, actually, because that game is very systems driven, it would be one where I actually make separate videos on, like, okay, here's everything you need to know about the power generation system, right? Here's everything you need to know about this crafting component or whatever. So those are the ones I'm thinking about. Maybe Prison Simulator. I can't remember. Let me look here. The Last Starship Company other games. No, not 20 games like The Last Starship.
Yes.
Let's see. Introversion Software. That's who did it. Prison Architect. That's the game they made. Is that what you said? Prison Simulator. Yeah. No, the one they built is called Prison Architect. Similar kind of play style where you're, you know, laying things out, and, you know, like in The Last Starship, you have to do, like, you have to put pipes and cables down, you know, so you have to pipe gases and liquids around, and you have to get fuel, and you can get contracts and haul people around, and you can take the sewage and run that through a reprocessor that will give you dirty water, and then you take that dirty water and process that back into clean water, and you have to scrub the CO2 out of the atmosphere and provide oxygen, and, you know, kind of micromanaging style of game. But I like those. I like games that are kind of heavy on those mechanics. And it's fun because it's an early access. It's an Alpha 11, which when they hit Alpha 11, they've kind of, I think, finally honed in on what they want the game to be. I think I've seen it, but I don't think I've ever played it. Might be on my wish list. Oh, it appears we have started. Yay! Okay, let's see if we can go not get ourselves killed. This guy actually dies pretty quick. Okay, so again, we want to get around here behind him because we don't want to take any of that frontal damage. We're not a tank this time. Last time we did this, we were a tank. So hopefully this group also doesn't pull him too far away, which makes him respawn. Okay, you see him change direction there? It's probably because somebody died. Oh, we've got a healer though. I saw our, whoever has aggro here actually got healed up. Whee! I forgot he did that. Alright, let's start popping some of our defenses. This is going to be close. Yay, we got him. You can see I've never fought this guy on this game. Alright, that should be 3 down. We got everything else, right? Done and deliver. Okay. Nope, don't log out. We put ourselves back up on our... Yeah, I have like, I don't know, probably 20, 30 simulator style games sitting on my Steam wish list right now. So I've debated on starting to pick some of those up as well. Okay, I think we just need Dominatus now. Let's go take a look. We did Pilon, we did Bellatricus. Yeah, I think Dominatus is our last one. And he should be standing there waiting. So those are my ideas. I'm still kind of fleshing out. I figured, let me start to just see if the daily stream thing is going to work, both from a scheduling standpoint, an energy standpoint. It kind of worked out for this event. So this Feast of Prosperity event I've never done. It's run for many years. Look at everybody's gone. Okay, we did already get the spell fruits, right? Yep. All right. We might pop back up and start turning missions in and then come back here. But yeah, I've never done this event, and I figured, okay, I need to grind this out for the achievements anyway. And yeah, there's actually two of the events. I just never got into them. I don't know why. I don't know if they came out at a time when I just wasn't playing as much, but I've got this one, which we're up to 17% already for achievements. We're doing okay there. These are different now. So that one, we'll knock that one out though. All I need is 2 kills there and 1 kill there. So that one. Pirate Excursion, I've done most of this. What am I missing? I just need to run dailies on it, but I capped the reputation out, so I quit playing it. So I could do that one. This is the other one I've never done. Completely blank. Not an achievement to be found. So I should probably start doing that one. This one I have most of the things outside of some PvP and stuff like that. Gree I haven't done a lot of. We used to run this as a guild. But yeah, I haven't done very much Gree. But I've done it. So. This one I got ripped off on because the one achievement I didn't get in the Abundance Festival was bugged and they didn't fix it. So it'll be next spring before I can finish that one. That one's done. Yeah, so event-wise, I'm in pretty good shape. That will get 100% on in Galactic Seasons. I could go back and start doing that. This one, I think I can 100% in this one run. So, we'll see. I saw somebody running around, but it's looking pretty bare here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave this guy here. Let's go turn in the 3 that we got done, and then we'll come back here and see if anybody has shown up. Because we literally just killed the guy, so anybody who needed it just did it. So, and then we'll also make sure that I got everything on all 3 of these guys as well. So yeah, there are a couple of things. The other thing I really haven't done in the game is like the nightmare mode operations raids. I've done, I think the R4 anomaly. Have I done that one? Maybe once or twice. So I've done all the operations, I think, at one time or another on some of the easier modes, but some of the really, really high-end progression rating stuff I didn't do. Yeah, those are the ones where there's an 8-man and 16-man version, and you need a group of people. Like, for the hardest modes of that, those are what they call progression rating, where, like, you might spend a month getting past the first boss, and then, you know, then you work on the second boss and the third boss, and it depends on how good your group is, obviously. And you get into a group that's done it before, then maybe not quite that long, but okay. Wait for our. So we should get 2 pops here. Oh yeah, we turned in our stuff. Okay, so we got an achievement. Which one did we knock out? Okay, so we got that done. So we're gonna collect a whole lot of tokens here. So we had 200 before we clicked on that, and now we're at so we got 3,500 out of that. All right, so what do we still need to do? We gotta do a world boss. Let's get rid of this, and then we've got the dailies. Okay, 1 down. Did I? Oh, okay. It's mostly just the, it's just everything is ramped up. They do more damage, so your healers have a harder time. Some of them might have enrage timers, so if you don't do enough DPS in a certain amount of time, they enrage and wipe the group. There are mechanics differences between at least story mode. Like the story mode versions and the harder modes, they actually strip some of the mechanics out. So I can't think of any in particular, but for an instance, like let's say you're doing one where you've got the main boss and he puts a debuff on your tank. And that means the tank is going to take 500% damage. Well, then you need to do a tank swap at that point, right? You need the second your off tank to take control. So now the monster's attacking your off tank until that debuff runs out on your main tank. And then usually once your off tank gets that same debuff, you switch it back and forth. Pretty simple, tank swap mechanic. So that might exist on the hard mode, but on the story mode, that doesn't even exist, right? They take some of those kind of things away. So you run into that kind of stuff a little bit. But mostly it's just a lot harder. Wow, we are getting lots of tokens now. What's that put us at? Let's make sure we don't go over. Yeah, we're already at 7,000. Alright, we'll park him here. We'll park all my people right there. Yeah, we want to keep that. Okay. And then some of it just comes down to timing, right? Like, when this happens, all of the players need to be standing behind these pillars, otherwise it wipes the group. And you have to learn, some of those mechanics as well. If you have a good group, they're not horrible. But also, like, every player needs to have the rotations down. A lot of those groups will have requirements they'll have gear requirements. You want to have the best gear, but they'll also have requirements of like, you have to be able to hit X level of DPS or something like that. Otherwise we just can't do enough damage to win the fight. Yeah. It's, a lot of times it is, the fight so well that it's not about getting out of the circle. It's like, we know the circle will be here 1 minute and 30 seconds into the fight, so don't be there. Right? You have to, you almost get to that level of play. We were doing some of that stuff in a guild I was in. Not hardcore. It was a pretty casual group, but they were all good enough that we were at least attempting some of those. We had a couple of people who couldn't quite pull their weight. And so that got a little bit frustrating to some of the players. Because it's like we're not doing enough damage to get past it, and we hit enrage timers, or they're just not good enough that they will get themselves into trouble. Or I can remember one we were doing, I can't remember the name of it, but we weren't doing enough DPS, and so I was like switching characters for certain boss fights. Because I was one of the tanks, and was it Dominatus that we left on planet? Where's he at? Belsavis, yeah. So like we would get past the first boss because it needed 2 tanks, and then I would switch to a DPS character and bring that character in for the second boss because you can get by with 1 tank, but we needed the extra DPS, and so yeah, our group was okay. Yeah, a lot of it is just down to the fight so well, so inside and out, that for the most part, things are going to happen on a particular schedule. Did we just miss it? Okay, no, he's still standing there. All right, there's a few people starting to form up here. We'll hang here for a second, see if anybody else shows up. Because if we get 4 out of this, that'll put us at 8. So how are we doing on achievements? I could do that in a day. So we're not worried about that. Those are both just do the missions. So I'm just going to naturally let those happen. This one was one I was worried about, but we're doing okay there. We're going to blow past that one. we're only 3 days in, and we're already at 33. These will happen. I think it takes 3 weeks to get through the story. There's nothing we can do to push that forward any faster. That one naturally happens just as you finish stuff up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those done. It's a little deceptive, right? Because a lot of those there's 3 levels, and it counts them all. Basically, you have to do every achievement to get that. But we do get Galactic Chef as our title, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, and again, we have a light side and dark side version of these going, so I'm not too worried about that. Those 2 were hidden, and then we have our 3 hidden achievements that we're going to hopefully work on tonight. We'll get at least one of those done. Yeah, it takes in-game players at that level. I have two thoughts. One, I'm impressed that they do it. It is some time and dedication to get that done. On the flip side, I also start it's like, wow, you put if that's your form of entertainment, cool. I have no judgment, but it's like, I don't know that I want to be that good at a game sometimes, right? But I'm like that in a lot of games. Like when we used to play a lot of Age of Empires, I was good for our group, but I would get my butt whipped if I went up and actually played online with people who really knew how to play. So it is one of those that, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if like I want to be that good. I am in this game. I am really, really, really good at soloable content, right? Like that's my spot. I have enough muscle memory and I know the game inside and out, so I can do soloable content. I could get good enough to be probably a nightmare mode raider, but I don't think I currently am that good. I'd have to really study my rotations and get better at them, as opposed to just mashing whatever button happens to be available. On Zax, I could probably do pretty well. I've got my rotation on him optimized to the point that if I actually practiced it a little bit, I could probably put out enough DPS to hold my own. The rest of my characters did take some work, though. I mostly just build it in such a way that down here are my direct attacks, up here are my area attacks, my taunts are here, my defenses are here, my stuns are over here, like, and it's not 100. Like I went through and put stuff in I think in the right order. I don't know if I did this for all my characters. I went through and did their. If you look at this section here. Like I think I went through and optimized these choices based off of guides at one point. I can't remember if I did that for all my characters or not though. But so yeah, I'm not that good. That was impressive. All right, we're starting to get a group here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us here. I recognize a couple of the guilds. I've got characters in at least one of those guilds. Yeah, this should take place. I think we'll get this one. And that'll put us at 8. I've debated it. The theory crafting depth that some of those guides get into, it'd be an interesting endeavor for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to write a guide or not. I was going through and I was going to build like Datacron guides, and they'd be videos, not written guides, but on how to get all the Datacrons. If I do anything though, it would probably just be video guides. I don't know that I'd want to write all that stuff up. Seems like a lot of work. All right, this should happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up to 8. 8 people could take this guy if you actually were optimized and had a tank and a healer and stuff running. With just a pickup group like this, I'm not sure. We definitely have a healer here, or somebody who wants to be a healer. I think two more just showed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're up to 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 including me. Some of them might have went over to collect their fruit. Yeah, well, and there's already a couple of people who make really, really good guides. I have 3 that I rotate between. There's one that I pulled up today. Do I still have it open? I think I might have closed it. Like it's called Today in Tor or something like that. You got SWTOR. Her site is massive. The amount of information that's up there. And then in one called Volk, like the game's not new enough to, I think, need more written guides. So getting into that would be tough. If I get into a new game, I might consider doing it. If I can be one of the early people that would get that kind of stuff done. The one I'm eyeballing right now is Stars Reach, the Raph Koster game. I haven't made it into it's in a very, very early alpha stage right now. So they're doing some testing, but they haven't let a ton of people in, I don't think, yet. So I haven't gotten into that one yet. And I couldn't stream that one anyway. I would guess that's going to be under NDA. But if that takes off, like it could potentially take off. Getting in early on that one could actually be fun, so that when it does go live, and I've been playing in the beta and I've already kind of worked a lot of that stuff out, I could be one of the early people. You know, this game's been around for 13 years. It's, you know, outside of new content that does get added, a lot of the information's already out there. Like SWTOR, like even her web. SWTOR. We'll compare her YouTube channel to mine. So I have, 1,050 subscribers. She has 175,000 subscribers, so I'm not keeping up with that. What does Volk have? I don't think he's as big as SWTOR. 23,000 for Volk. I don't know if Today in Tor has a... Let's go up to their website. I don't know if they have a... Oh, it looks like I saw a YouTube icon there. YouTube. Oh, so their YouTube's much smaller. They have 774 subscribers. But their guides are good. Their web guides. So. They get about the same views that I do. We're kind of neck and neck. I have a little bit of a lead on them. Let's see. It doesn't look like... Let's make sure we haven't started the fight. Yeah, they haven't put up anything in 5 months, so they don't do much on their YouTube channel. But their guides are good. So again, I'm not competing with 100,000 subscribers. Oh, people are getting closer. Do they think we can take him? We're getting excited. Somebody shot him. That's a brave soul. Oh, I should do this. Where's my heroic moment? General. Here we go. Let's get this down here. We'll pop that before we attack. There we go. Now I got heals coming in. Because my companion will go into I'm terrified mode. So we won't get heals. But with our heroic moment on, we should. I think I picked this guy up. Right, we'll fight him and get him killed. Whee! Gotta say, that would hurt. That landing was pretty brutal. Look at the death. Look at all the people about to die. Yeah, we should be alright. I think there's enough of this one coming. Don't take him too far away. I can't taunt. You take him too far away, he's going to reset. And he reset. If you drag him too far away from the spawn point, alright, we could have killed him. So what happened there is, it happened again in an earlier fight as well. If you get him too far away, he resets. So if you're about to die, you can't run away. Like it's a natural instinct. Like, oh, I must run away. But in running away, if he chases you, he gets out of his spawn point, and then he resets. Don't think it was an enrage timer. I think it was just we got too far away. Like in the last fight with Bellatricus, when he was down to like 10%, I taunted him and stood at his spawn point to make sure that didn't happen. Yeah, no kidding, right? We have enough here to kill him. It's just people get a little panicked. Again, some of these players, they might not kill world bosses that often. This could be something a little bit new. Also, they panic because, like, if I die, I'm not going to get credit, and that's also not true. If you die, as long as you don't hit the respawn at your base, you can just lay there dead until he dies, and you'll still get credit. So, all right, we'll see if this group is brave enough to try again. If I was a tank, I would have. I don't think I have a taunt on this guy. Yeah, I'm just DPS on this guy. Alright, somebody's getting brave. Let's see if this group's ready to try this again. It says we need 2 times what we have here. No, that's... Guides tend to be really conservative. I'll try to give a little advice. Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want anybody to yell at me. Not in the mood. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, this is more than enough people. I think they're gun shy now since we got a little bit of a failure. Well, if nothing else, my heroic moment will come back. I get it though. You know, again, if you're newer, you find yourself in a unfamiliar situation. Any other fight, right? It's oftentimes in your best interest. Just run away, and then they'll quit aggroing you, and you'll live. But is that Roscoe P. Coltrane? That's a Dukes of Hazzard reference. That's a pretty good name. Let's see if I recognize any others. Cassandra Lee. Wonder if that's her real name. Yeah, I don't recognize any others. Roscoe P. Coltrane, though, that's pretty good. It's probably a generational thing. I don't think you probably grew up on the Dukes of Hazzard. That's from my childhood. Probably not the most politically correct show either in this day and age. With the Confederate flag on top of the car and all. Alright, looks like they're getting antsy. You can see people getting jittery. They want to attack, but they don't want to be the first one. We don't want to bring shame down upon your family name for generations. Alright, let's rock and roll. Plasma grenade, that's a dot as well, I do believe. Ooh, we pulled aggro there, though. We have aggro on the beasts. We might not live. But I'll put my money where my mouth is. Alright, so we died. But he should die here. And there's our credit, right? So we still got credit. Now we just revive. Revive and loot. Yeah, so same basic group that fought the last one. It's just nobody ran away. And we easily beat him. Alright. Up to SWTOR we go. And let's go do the secret achievement. That was one of my goals for tonight, is to get at least one secret achievement done. And a second one, hopefully, see if we can at least pop the tracker that will show us what we have and haven't done. So I mean, we could theoretically just keep running world bosses, but it's getting slower. So I think we'll be content with our 8. 4 today, 4 yesterday. All right, so we got 2, I think 2 secret achievements that we might be able to at least see progress on. One will complete. The second we might see progress. The third one's just going to have to happen over time. Man, SWTOR's loading slow. There we go. Too many people here. Alright, we'll park our guy here. Let's check our currency. Yeah, we're almost 8,000 already again. And we just spent 8,000, so. Lots of conquests as well. Galactic Seasons gives you lots and lots of conquest. Belsava's Primal Destroyer, that helps. Companion Crew Skills, Galactic Seasons. These are only daily repeatable. Yeah, we're knocking out lots of conquest points. Oh, I suppose I should invade a planet. Holy cow. Yeah, 359. We're doing quite well. Okay. Let's go get Pilon. Go back to the top here. And then go through the windows. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 secret achievements. Secret achievement 1 is to start a food fight. Secret Achievement 2 is to immediately leave the kitchen on different recipes for cooking. And then Secret Achievement 3 is to complete 25 cooking, 25 Cantina Rush on hard. Both of those on hard, I think. And then add pepper spice 75 times. So that's just one that I'll just have to keep doing those. So 75, let's see, 25 missions. You can add 3. Yeah, you can add 3 peppers to each meal, I think. And I think that is for anyone, so we can knock this out pretty quick. Okay, so what's our cooking mission? Jellied glow shroom stew is on the list. So this should be our cooking mission. Enter the kitchen. Okay, so from what I've read, we go in here. We don't do anything, and we immediately leave. All right. Oh, something went click. Let's see if that is anything. General. It did not show up here, so I'm going to go ahead and mark this on my notes that I've done that one. I was hoping it would show up here, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 recipes you have to do that on. I was hoping it would show up here and click off the first one, but it doesn't look like it's going to show up until we complete it. Okay. Well, let's do the other one then. So what do we have? Let's go back in now. I doubt you have to drop the mission. Just for completely make sure I didn't hose anything up. We'll immediately leave. And then I want to try one more thing. I can't imagine what I'm about to do will matter. But I'm going to leave without moving. Okay, I think we've taken care of every possible leave immediately. It also says during the mission, but I think I read that you leave immediately. Yeah, still nothing showing up there. Alright, one more thing we'll try here. What does it tell us to do? Enter the banquet hall. Turn on the stove. Oh, this one starts a little bit different than the other one. Alright, and now we're going to immediately run away. Just in case that matters. I don't think it will, but nope. Okay. That's okay. Let's go start a food fight. So we turned on the stove. Okay, it does reset the mission though. So if you leave while the mission is going on. Glow shrooms, glow shrooms, glow shrooms. Okay, so this I find actually kind of cool from a design standpoint, right? Like, our cantina serving droid is on this side and the cooking's on this side. So they both make sense. But you notice there's NPCs out here. And we can leave the kitchen. So it's my understanding that if we come out here and we throw the food at the people instead of cooking it, well, there you go. We got in a food fight. A full-on food fight? No. So what's this? Now, in my misguided youth, have I thrown food at other people in a junior high cafeteria? I don't know if I want to say yes or no out loud. That is kind of cool, though. Do you have to hit the tables? Let's have to hit the table. Yep. It's not giving us any kind of debuff or anything, though. That's kind of... did I throw a full carton of milk at somebody's head? I am not going to say yes or no. I would hope. I got in-school detention, or I may or may not have gotten in-school detention for such activities. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, I think I was in... I must have been 7th grade. 7th or 8th grade. Simmer until fragrant. Okay. So it's kind of cool. This is a different recipe than what we were cooking yesterday. So it's a little bit of variety. That's kind of cool. Here's my favorite part, though. You can throw the food into the pot from quite a ways away. Let's see, how far away can we get? I've never tried this. Will this work? Now that's cooking. That was awesome. What are we after? I'm not paying attention. Balmoral vinegar. I don't remember that. Where do I get Balmoral vinegar? Get Balmoral vinegar. Oh, there it is. Wow, that's the first time we've accessed that one. Oh, we can throw vinegar into the pot as well. That's pretty good. Place in flash freezer. This is way different than the other one. This is kind of cool. Wait for a thin layer of ice. Whoever wrote these, kudos, man. These are kind of cool. I mean, it's just a bunch of clicking. Okay, so what we want to do is, especially for this one, where it doesn't tell us what spice we have to put on, I think we just want to always add pepper, because that'll get us closer to the other hidden achievement that we have to knock out. Alright, dish status, not utter failure. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Okay, before we get too much farther here, actually let's do the... What are we at? Yeah, we'll do... Let's do the droid mission. And then we'll gather some decorations again. I'm getting pretty good at this one. I mean, it's not hard. Yellow. So there's the kitchen that we were just in, right? Although I don't think, yeah, the droid can't jump, so we can't go over there. Let's grab purple too. Why not? Blue. I don't know why I tell you guys the colors. It's not like you can't see them, but makes me feel like I'm contributing. Green, another blue, another yellow. Another green. Purple. Purple and yellow. Complementary colors on the color wheel. Green. This is definitely one of those missions, though, that I can't imagine if I wasn't chasing the achievements and stuff that I would want to do this over and over and over again. It's not the most exciting mission in the world. Outside of grinding for the rewards, this is also definitely one of those events that once you get it done, I don't know. Don't know what the incentive would be to come back and do it a lot. Again, outside of I want the rewards, and so you need to get the tokens. Is that what it is? I do know my colors. What do we got? Green, yellow, purple. I think I mentioned this last time. If I was more confident in my own memory, these colors actually follow your color order. So like that one's yellow. I could play just from here. It is red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So I'd never have to actually look. You gotta just grab the purple, grab the yellow, grab a second yellow. But I don't know. I'm worried I'm gonna click the wrong one, or the angle's gonna be wrong and I screw it up. I wish they had them in the other direction, right? Like you could see the back sides as well. You know, so that one should be purple, that one should be yellow, and that one should be red. So I suppose you'd never have to change. Now the other thing though is it makes sense to not just back up, because you're going to move forward faster than backwards, so it does make sense to turn around and look anyway. Alright, we got 10 for being perfect. Alright, we're starting to get our messages, so we must have hit 8,000. Alright. So this one we can't do till tomorrow. That's the world boss. But we need to start doing these hard ones as well for the hidden achievement. So we'll go ahead and pick those up. So what are we cooking this time? To enter the kitchen. Spicy Nexu Supreme. Spicy Nexu Tongue? What's that one say? Spicy Nexu Supreme. There's a Spicy Nexu Tongue on my list. So I think what I'm probably going to start doing is every time I do a cooking mission, I'm just going to leave. That way, if I haven't gotten that one yet and it's in the hidden achievement, I'll get credit for it. It's not that much harder to load. Okay, so the hard ones work the same way as the easy ones. The biggest difference is it gives you far less direct instructions, right? So it says tenderize Nexu tongue. Put that on the grill. We'll just throw it across the room. There we go. So it says find something starchy. So instead of telling you go get the Beck root, it just says find something starchy. If you don't get the right thing, it will tell you. So like if I click on this one, it says wrong ingredient. So you have to pick the right one. So I don't know that it's that much harder. Add ingredient to the grill. Find something, what did it say? Creamy? Greens. Slimy. Tart. Glow shrooms. Thick glort slurry. Vinegar. Ice crystals. Belly. Sour. Gelatinous. Rich. Chewy. I don't think we've used this before. Will that work? Nope. I think it might be this one. Nope. What the heck one of you is creamy? Earthy. Tart. Slimy? Nope. I suck at this. Bitter? That can't be it. I know. Getting upset at me. Sour. We already tried that one. Sweet. Chewy. Rich. Okay, not the one I would have picked. Turn on the stove. Okay, cooling's pretty easy. That's the ice. Throw ice at the stove. That makes perfect sense. And then lower the heat. What are we trying to do? Acidic. All right, what do we got? Is vinegar acidic? Oh, holy cow. Is it that easy? Let's check something here. I might have just found the easier way to complete this. If you don't know what it is... Okay, at least on this ingredient, so far, every time I roll over an ingredient, it shows me the ingredient name. But notice on this one, it says find something acidic underneath it. Alright, well that just took a lot of the hardness out of this, if that's true on all the ingredients. We'll test it. We'll test it on one of our other characters. Alright, place on Expo. Now this one I think it's going to tell us... Yeah, we get 2 spices, so we can do 2 spices. But again, same thing here. We can't just keep adding spicy to this. It wants you to add richness, so we need to add that. Oh, I can't wait to see my judgment on this. That was horrible. So up in the chat, it actually shows you success despite low odds. That wasn't a ringing endorsement for my cooking skills. Yeah, I think so, right? And if that other thing that I just found is actually true, it took a lot of the challenge out of that. But I think if you play this enough, you would start to learn, oh, when it says saucy or bitter or whatever, it's this ingredient. So, all right, let's see. Where did we leave off? I think we have 1, 1, 1, 1. Should be the second blue, I think. 1. Yeah, okay. We collected decorations down to that one. So we should be able to get... Alright, so that one's new. New. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. I think that one's going to be the last one. Yep. We burnt through our tokens. What are we at now? 189. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go to 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did we get that one? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are these decorations? I think so. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 20, 27. So we're about a third of the way through the decorations in the first few days. That's not too bad. Alright, claim all these. And for Palan, that's all we can do today. No, we still have one more. Okay, we gotta do the hard service. I don't think there is... Yeah, this is part of the hidden achievement as well, so... This one, outside of achievement chasing, I don't think I would continue to do this one. It's 5 rounds. Now the rounds go down, so in this one we have to get 25. But then it goes down by like 3 or something like that each time. So. But this is definitely feels a little grindy. And you can make 5 errors, I believe. Green and purple. Alright, so a lot of red going on there. Blue. Red. Another purple. Purple and red. I like these close ones. They are happy. I don't like when you get two of the same one in a row, though. It takes a minute, not a minute, literally, but a couple seconds to respawn. Yeah, like here's two yellows, right? Like I can click that one immediately, but I have to wait for this tube to come down. 3 yellows. Holy cow. Oh, missed that one. Green. Goes purple. So yeah, I don't know if I would, like I said, if I'd keep doing this purple and green. But I am an achievement junkie, and I will do it if it means getting a hidden secret achievement unlocked. Take my food! There you go. Alright, that one's red. Need a red and a yellow. And another yellow. So a couple mechanics in this one. If you deliver the wrong food, it's a mistake. If the timer runs out, it's a mistake. You can dump, if you have the wrong food, you can dump it in the trash can there. As you collect these, you move slower, right? So I'm going to move slower with these 3. But once I get rid of one, if I can do it successfully. Oh. But now I move quicker. Okay, so now you see we're down to 20 instead of 25. So round 2 is less. I don't know if you have to deliver them faster or not. If the timers go any faster or anything like that. They're not overly difficult though. So a lot of it's timing, right? Like, do I want to grab just one thing, drive all the way out here, and then go back, but I move faster? Or do I grab more than one thing, move slower, but I only have to drive out once? I think everything I've read is people shoot for at least 2. It's kind of your optimal. I have found that 3 is not that slow. So you notice we're moving slower, but as we deliver them, right, we'll speed up. So it's not too bad. Blue and yellow. Yellow and green. So you're balancing just your general speed with your travel time, right? While you might be faster with no dishes, with only one dish, if you have to drive all the way out and all the way back, you're using up that time. Whereas if you can deliver more than one at once, even though you're moving slower, you can get more done. Red, yellow, another red, another red. Alright, let's load ourselves up here. So you can see we're moving slow, but then everyone we deliver actually does speed us up, so it's not so bad. Green and yellow. Not sure if delivering 4 at a time is optimal or not. Alright, this round we only need 18. So at least each round is a little quicker. Oh, blue and red. Purple and green. Another purple. Purple and green. Blue. Purple table's probably not too happy with me. Green, red, green. Purple. Coming fast and furious now. Blue and red. Yellow and red. Oh, I don't have a green. Whoa, wonderful. All right, how many do we need for this one? 15 for this one. These close ones aren't bad. You can get out, deliver, get back in pretty quick. This one I'm gonna wait for another one to spawn. Blue. Purple and red. Opposite ends. I need to remind myself, I still think I should write probably a mouse profile to map these buttons up here to my mouse buttons so I don't have to click. But green, green, and red. Oh, another red. Wow, I don't think I've ever had this many spawn at once. Yellow, purple, and blue. Red, red, red. How many do we need? We only need one. Alright, so I don't know, a little tedious as a mission. We got 20 extra coins for doing it perfect, making no mistakes. But again, I'll keep doing those because we do want to make sure we get the bonus mission or the hidden achievement, which is 25, I think, of the 2 hard ones. So, all right, that should, if everything is correct here, yep, we have cleared the missions off of Palan. So we made pretty good progress. So today we got through. Well, I went through the video that Musco put up, talking about 7.6. Some good information there. This dynamic spawn or dynamic whatever they called it seems like an interesting new system. We'll play that on Test Center as soon as it gets up on Test Center. Next week we're supposed to get hopefully an update. I'm hoping that update will be here's when the live stream is, and then we can get the Test Center after that. I wouldn't expect Test Center until mid-November, but we're supposed to get an update on that next week. So we took a look at that. We got 4 world boss kills in. Again, that's going way better than I thought. We collected a whole bunch of decorations, so we now have a whole bunch of decorations. Got some more missions done, popped some weeklies, and we're sitting pretty good actually right now as far as the event goes. As far as achievements go, we are 39 missions in. That's doing pretty good. We've completed 8. So that is the go out and find special ingredients, which you can only do 1 a day per character. We'll hit 20. No, that's the world boss version. But we'll hit 20 of that. Again, we've got 4 weeks to do this, so we're doing good there. 11 cooking missions. We're doing pretty good there. 10 Cantina Rush missions, so we're doing good there. So these 2 are going to get done really easy. I'm not worried about that. We do have to get to 25 on hard, which I haven't been keeping track of separately. So I'll just have to make sure I keep doing those. Yeah, the rest of that will fall into place. The story things will happen naturally. I've read that as long as you get a title for that. Let's see if we can find anything. There's supposed to be something that you can click on, and maybe I have to wait till we get it done. But you get a title, I think, for supporting one hut, and probably dark title for supporting that hut, light titles for supporting that hut. And that is on the character you unlock it on. But once that is done, then you can click somewhere and collect the title on every character. So you can get both titles if you do it all. So I'm not too worried about that. So that covered that. Now, I haven't done a whole lot with the Galactic Seasons this week yet. We have completed 2. I went and got the DVL bosses, and then this one you just get from collecting conquests. As far as conquest goes, yeah, I mean, look at the amount of conquests that this event has given us. This is like free conquest. So Dakrenium has got 75,000 just from doing the what you call it, the Feast of Prosperity. Actually, are all of my characters? Let's check something here. Yeah, it looks like you must get 19,072. Notice how they all have 19,072? That is from taking the Herald quest and talking to Gorboga just to unlock the missions. So, wow, that's a lot of conquest for just basically a conversation. So we're sitting fine on conquest, actually. So we're in good shape there. Let's see, anything else that was on our list for today? Those are the main things. Let me see, did I catch your last chat, Kyler? Kind of quest design isn't... Oh, yeah, we talked about that from the cooking quests. I think overall, as an event, relatively well put together. Different. Like, I liked being able to do some different things. I like that you have a variety of things. You've got world boss fights if you want to go out and do that, while maybe a little annoying. You've got gather missions, and those 2 are linked to the same planet. I don't know how I feel about it, like each day giving you a different planet, and then when we kept the world boss, it went away. So it resets every day. I do like that you have 2 different difficulties of essentially the same mission. You've got the food delivery and the food cooking. So if you are not a air quote good player, you can go ahead and do the easy ones. You'd have to be really bad to not actually accomplish those. I think I got perfect on the hard mission the first time I tried it, so that's not horrible. So yeah, I think overall as an event, it's actually pretty good. A little bit different play style. I can't 100% say how the story is yet, because I haven't completed this story. This is the first time I've done this event, so we're learning as we go. But I think that overall this is actually pretty good. It's more engaging than the Life Day. Life Day is mostly about spamming snowballs at droids. There's not a whole lot to do, and you can hug Wookiees. The The nightlife event is also very monotonous. This has the most engaging things out of those three. The new event they put in with the Spring Abundance Festival, where you go out and find seeds and plant things, that one I would put on par with this one. There's a variety of things to do. That one has fishing in it, that has raising animals, going out and finding animals and stuff like that. So as far as events go, I think this is in the top 2 for engagement, and a lot of rewards. They added, I think, 10 to 12 new rewards this run through as well. So, all right, I think that is probably a good spot to call it, because really all I have left would be, I just need to run missions dailies if I want to run dailies on the other 3 guys, but that would just be a repeat of what we've already accomplished. So as always, I appreciate everybody for the support. We are trying to get the streaming up and running now. I've been streaming for Extra Life for 3 years, and that's just a once a week type of thing. So if you catch me on Saturday mornings from 10 to usually 2 or 3, I do stream for a charity called Extra Life, but that's not what these streams are about. Also, if there's other things you want to see, either in the Old Republic, because I don't know that I'm going to keep streaming the festival every day. What we'll probably do is stream this through kind of the first week as I get things up and running, and then probably 1 stream a week to do the new stories and things like that. But I am looking to add some other games, simulations. Even thought about playing Lego Star Wars. I haven't played that in a while. I think I played through it once, but yeah, if there's anything you want to see, definitely let me know. As always, we do appreciate the support. Here is our proverbial must do to all streams: like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. It definitely helps the algorithm and all those kind of things. So I do appreciate the support there. But as always, we're going to go ahead and leave you with my mantra, which is go watch, play, or create something great. You can be a part of the community in any capacity, help each other out. Again, if you're in Florida, stay safe. Still a lot of flooding and stuff going on over there, so hopefully you are doing well there, and or whatever part of the country you're in. We're still in a heat wave here in Arizona. I think we've had 2 weeks of over 100 record highs for the last 2 weeks. So stay safe, take care of each other, go watch, play, create something great, and have a great night. Probably going to stream tomorrow night. It's Friday night. We'll see, especially with the Saturday stream, but that's my plan. My plan is to try to hit every night this week just to kind of see how it goes. So thanks, everybody. We will catch you later.